Phillip. So I was rereading Hamlet for an article that I'm going to write, and I was struck by a very odd element toward the end of the play. So Hamlet, as many of you will probably know, at some point in the play murders Polonius, Laertes' dad. Laertes is not thrilled with this. Fair enough. So he comes back to Denmark from France, where he went at the beginning of the play, and Laertes intends to get his revenge. So he's the foil to Hamlet in this instance. Laertes says, someone has stabbed my dad, I'm going to go stab that dude. Whoever that dude is, whether it's the king, whether it's Hamlet, whatever it is, I'm going to go do it. I don't need to put this off. This is the antithesis of Hamlet, who's told by the ghost, hey, I'm your father's ghost. I was murdered by your uncle. Go fucking murk that guy. And then Hamlet spends the next 4.5 acts not doing that. But Laertes is incensed with Hamlet, and he and Laertes and Claudius, the king, come up with this plan to kill Hamlet. They're going to have a practice duel. Laertes is this amazing swordsman. Hamlet historically was not that great a swordsman, and so they figure, Laertes will win, no problem. Laertes is going to fight. He's going to take the one sword without the little protective point on there, and he's going to dip the end in poison so that Hamlet will die, even if he just gets a scratch. So that's the plan. Claudius also is going to poison a drink that he's going to try and give to Hamlet. So Laertes knows this plan. Hamlet, as many of you will probably know, spends most of the play pretending to be mad. And he tells us explicitly, I think it's Horatio explicitly, I'm going to pretend to be insane so that people will be like, there goes crazy Hamlet. I don't need to worry about him planning his revenge for Claudius murdering old Hamlet. So we know that Hamlet, or at least if we believe what Hamlet says, that he's pretending to be mad rather than actually mad, we know that Hamlet has been pretending. But we get this bit right at the end, right before this practice duel commences, where Hamlet says this to Laertes. Give me your pardon, sir. I've done you wrong, but pardon it as you are a gentleman. This presence knows, and you must needs have heard, how I am punished with a sore distraction. What I've done that might your nature, honor, and exception roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Wasn't Hamlet wronged, Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be ta'en away, then when he's not himself does wrong Laertes, then Hamlet does it not. Hamlet denies it. Who does it, then, is madness. If it be so, Hamlet is of the faction that is wronged. Is madness as poor Hamlet's enemy? Sir, in this audience let my disclaiming of the purposed evil free me so far as your most generous thoughts that I have shot my arrow o'er the house and hurt my brother. So what Hamlet says here, essentially, is that he didn't kill Polonius. His madness killed Polonius. He did not intend to harm Laertes, which actually I'm on board with. I accept that. He didn't intend to wrong Laertes. That's what he means here when he says that I've shot my arrow o'er the house and hurt my brother. This is, I've done something that inadvertently hurt you, but that was not my intention. The problem is, Hamlet knows that he was pretending to be mad. So trying to put this off and say, oh, it was my insanity that killed your father, not me. I'm not responsible because I was not in control of my actions. You could see how this is kind of a politic way of extending an olive branch to Laertes and saying, hey man, no harm, no foul. But the basis of Hamlet's overture is a lie, and he knows it to be a lie. Unless, of course, we are one of those critics who takes Hamlet to actually be mad, at which point all bets are off for that. But basically, Hamlet, it seems like Hamlet is lying here. Like, what he is doing is, in fact, trying to make peace by pretending that he was not responsible for the actions he was responsible for. Now, this gets even more interesting with Laertes' response, because what Laertes says is this: I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge, but in my terms of honor I stand aloof and will no reconcilement, till by some elder masters of known honor I have a voice and precedent of peace, to keep my name ungorged. But till that time I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong you. Now this is an interesting response, because basically what Laertes says here is, yeah, man, for me personally, I don't hold you responsible for literally stabbing my dad to death. In terms of my honor, I need to, appeal to somebody so that I can make sure that I can forgive you while still being regarded as honorable. But until that decision, yeah, I accept that we're friends and will not wrong that friendship. This is a dude who knows that within 5 lines, he's going to put into motion a plan to kill Hamlet. Laertes is just out and out lying here. Hamlet, there's a little bit of wiggle room. Again, if we assume that he was in some sense actually mad, but Laertes, there's no wiggle room here. This is a direct lie. He does not forgive Hamlet, and he is not going to accept that Hamlet is not responsible for his actions, even though he says he is. Now, it gets a little bit weirder, I think, actually, after the duel is largely over. Laertes stabs Hamlet. The poison is going to do its work. They switch rapiers in the midst of the fight. Hamlet stabs Laertes. The poison is going to do its work on Laertes. They're both dying. Hamlet kills the king. And then this happens. Laertes says, exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me. And Hamlet says, heaven make thee free of it. This is a weird exchange to me. The exchange forgiveness with me. Sure, I'm on board with that. Basically, yeah, this means exactly what it sounds like. Let's forgive one another. I forgive you for killing my father and me, and you forgive me for killing you. But then he says, mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me. Which to me, and maybe Shakespeare scholars, maybe Hamlet scholars are going to read this differently. But to me, this is a kind of wiping the slate clean, right? What this language sounds like to me is we're going to forget what's actually happened. Hamlet, you did not kill me or my father, and I did not kill you. And Hamlet agrees. Hamlet says, heaven make thee free of it. I think it's a weird thing to me, because it isn't forgiveness at that stage. It is literally, it's forgiving, or it's forgetting. And I think maybe I'm making this more of a problem in my own head than it actually is, but it seems to me almost like a post-fact way of approaching things, a post-truth way of approaching things. We're all just going to agree that we haven't murdered each other when we clearly have.